Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over molarity and dilution problems. I promise they're not as hard as they seem, and by the end you'll understand why. Let's start first knowing what each thing means, and then I'll tell you what kind of cheat code formula you can use to quickly solve these problems. Molarity, represented by a capital M, tells us how concentrated a solution is. The formula is simple. Moles of solute divided by liters of solution. And that's all it is. For example, if you dissolve 1 mole of NaCl over 1 liter of water, your molarity is just 1M. It's as simple as that. But this isn't the cheat code formula that we want to use. We'll get to that. So, dilution means you're making a solution less concentrated by adding more solvent. That solvent is almost always water, but it depends. The cheat code formula we will use for problems like this is M1V1 equals M2V2. This means concentration 1 times volume 1 equals concentration 2 times volume 2. We can use this equation to solve for a concentration or a volume. Let's start with an example. This problem says if you have 2 molar solution and you want to make 100 milliliters of a 0.5 M solution, what is the volume needed to dilute this down? To set this up, let's start by writing M1V1 equals M2V2. And then from here, there's a really simple trick we can do. We can look at the problem and say, okay, we're given 2 molar solution. So that's what we're first given, so that's instantly going to be our first concentration. And put that in parentheses. And it says we want to make 100 milliliters of a 0.5 molar solution. What is the volume needed to dilute this down? So 100 milliliters directly corresponds to 0.5 molar. Therefore, since the 2M has no volume with it, we're going to put 0.5 M over here, that being our concentration 2, and then 100 milliliters goes right next to it, and that will be our volume 2. And then in the middle, we'll have V1 equals. So therefore, we're trying to find V1. And to set this problem up, we'd simply divide 2M to the right side, giving us 0.5 M times 100 milliliters over 2 molar. That's going to give us 0.25 milliliters. And then if your teacher wants it in liters, you just simply convert it by going over 1, and then you'd have 1,000 milliliters on the bottom, because that's equal to 1 liter. And that would give you an even smaller liter amount. But just always look what the problem is asking for, and that'll be a very good tip for you guys. Another thing to look out for is that they can just mix that up, and then they also mix up which molarity is which, M1 versus M2. Here's the tip. M1 is the starting solution, M2 is your goal. And then we can try one more, kind of just switching up the idea here. Okay, let's do a second problem really quick. And before I do this one, why don't you go ahead and pause it and try and do it yourself, just a similar way I did the previous one. This one's a little different. We're looking for concentration instead of a volume this time. So just go ahead and pause it and try and do it yourself, and then I'll explain it. For this one, we're given 50 mLs of 1.5 molar HCl. What is the molarity after diluting it to 200 milliliters? So we'll just write our equation first and then go from there. And we are given 1.5 M HCl, so I'll put that in parentheses, and it's 50 milliliters of 1.5 M HCl. So therefore 50 milliliters will be our volume 1, and that's equal to M2V2. What is the molarity after diluting it to 200 milliliters? So that's going to be our volume 2. Therefore, we're looking for our concentration 2. So then, given this, and simply solve for M2, we'll just divide 200 milliliters on both sides. We'll solve for that after getting 200 milliliters on both sides, and we'll have a final concentration of 0.375 M. You can simply just plug this in the calculator, do 1.5 right here, multiply that by 50, and then divide the whole thing by 200, and that'll give you this answer right here. That's going to be it for today, guys. Let me know if you have any other questions, if you want me to make any other videos on different topics, and if you want me to go more in depth on something like this, into more complex problems. Thanks for watching, though. Go ahead and like and comment if you enjoyed it. And yeah, subscribe if you want to see some more stuff. Have a good day, guys. Bye.